Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and we're going to go over the rare tier of the Finest 2020 pack. You get this at the very end of all of the team affinities at 300 fans for any of the team affinities. You can also get it in the regular 2020 Finest pack that we already did a review of, and we went over the 14 cards that are underneath these 3 cards. You can get these 3 cards as an option. However, you are guaranteed to get one of them if you go all the way to the end of the team affinity to the very last pack. And these 3 cards are the 99 overall Garrett Cole, the 99 overall Ronald Acuna, and the 99 overall Dinelson Lamet. We're going to give them an in-depth Chewie review, go over some of their statistics they had for the season, as well as we always do, rate them 1 through 5 based on their attributes. If they're a pitcher, their pitch release, how their windup is, if it's easy to throw with, if it hides the ball to kind of make it harder for your opponents to hit. And then for Acuna, who is the only batter in this, how good is his swing as well as his attributes. And for these cards, they do actually have some quirks that might matter because they have live series quirks. So we'll go over those as well and factor it in. Before we do that, the best way to support the channel would be to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know I'm uploading more videos, comment down below what you guys think about these 399 overalls, as well as share this video with any of your friends that play MLB The Show. I appreciate all the support. Now that we've gotten that out of the way and hopefully you guys are supporting the channel, let's get into it. Garrett Cole. First card we're going to go over is a 99 overall Garrett Cole, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees. He is a right-handed throwing pitcher. He bats right-handed as well. He has a 5-pitch repertoire that consists of a 4-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve, changeup, and 2-seam fastball. His 4-seam fastball is going to go 99 to 100 miles an hour. His slider goes 90 miles an hour. Very, very hard slider, but it does have big break on it. Then he throws a knuckle curve that goes 83, the changeup goes 87, and he does have a 2-seam fastball 97 miles an hour. He does not have a cutter or sinker, which most people think are the 2 necessary pitches to be an elite pitcher in this game. However, he does throw very hard. He does have pretty decent pitch speed differential, and he throws a very hard slider, which is kind of unique in this game. A lot of guys throw their slider in the mid-80s. This guy throws his about 90. If you put the pitch speed power all the way up, he's going to throw about 92 on his slider, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. It's almost like a cutter, but it's going to have a little bit more break, I guess. Looking at why Garrett Cole got a 99 overall this season is you just have to look at his statistics. He had one of the best years. I believe he's in the Cy Young voting for the season. He has a win-loss record of 7-3. He had an ERA of 2.84, an ERA plus of 151. A fielding independent pitching or FIP of 3.89. He had a whip of 0.959. And he had 94 strikeouts in 73 innings and a WAR of 2.2, which obviously equates to a very good season. This is only a 60-game season. So the WAR of 2.2, let's say you multiply that by like 2.5 or so, because 60 plus 60, which would be 2 times, is 120 games. And he's going to play about 40 games there. So you can go about 2.5. He would actually have almost an 8 or 9 WAR in a regular season if he pitches well as he did in the 60-game season for the entire season. So a very, very good WAR. Now that we've known how well he did in the regular season, let's look at his attributes and how they relate. He has 108 stamina, 106 hits per 9, 107 K per 9, 96 base on balls per 9. He has 51 home run per 9, which actually makes sense because he let up like 1.3 or 1.7 home runs per 9. He let up like 15 home runs and had 12 starts. It wasn't a great year when it comes to the long ball for Cole. It actually might have been 14 starts and 17 home runs. Either way, he's letting up way more than 1 home run per 9 innings. That's why his home runs per 9 right here is so low at 51. Very, very low. I'm going to test him out some in the computer in some Conquest games to kind of see how he pitches against the computer and if it's really that big of a deal. Online, they say home run per 9 doesn't matter. I'm not sure if it does or doesn't. I think it does a little bit. I don't think it matters as much as it maybe does offline. Then he has 96 pitching clutch. He has 81 control, 99 velocity, 99 break. So he does have pretty decent control at 81 control. He has 96 base on balls per 9. So I don't think control is going to be a big issue. Like I said, I'm going to test this card out in Conquest some while I'm unlocking some more team affinities and getting all those free packs that are in all the Conquests. Let's take a quick look at his quirks. His quirks are Pressure Cooker, Workhorse, Stingy, Untouchable, Control Artist, Cheesy, Knee Buckler, Illusionist, Homebody, and night player. So essentially, if you play at home, he's going to play a little bit better. And if you're playing in the evening or at nighttime, he's going to play a little bit better as well. The other stuff is just based off his attributes, but it is good to know that he has the cheesy knee buckler and illusionist. I do think this Garrett Cole could be in a lot of people's starting rotation. I'm going to give him a whirl. I think that because a lot of people saw him in the AL East Stage 1 showdown a bunch, as well as he was kind of a dominant pitcher early on because he was one of the higher rated diamonds, that I don't know how unhittable this card is going to be because people have seen him. It's not like the Lamet that we're going to go over in a little bit where he might not be used as much, but I'll see based on trying him out some. I do think this Cole has very good nines minus a home run per 9. At this point in the game, I do think there's probably 6 or 7, maybe almost 10 pitchers that might be better than Cole. I'm going to give him a solid 4 Chewies, very low price. You can get them for free. So 4 Chewies, solid card. I'm just not sure if he's better than some of the other options, especially not the ones that are in the team affinities or Lamet. I think Lamet's a better pitcher than he is. So we're going to go 4 Chewies right here. Ronald Acuna Jr. Next up is a 99 overall Acuna Jr. here. He's a center fielder for the Atlanta Braves. Secondary positions of left field and right field. Right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. Diamond defense, diamond hitting, as he should. This guy's going to be a defensive dynamo. We'll get into that in a second. As for his regular season statistics for the 60-game season, he had a .250 batting average, an on-base percentage of .406. He had a slugging of .581, an OPS of .987, an OPS plus of .155. Then he hit for 14 home runs, 29 RBIs, and a WAR of 2.1. So another guy that would have that WAR that's up around 8. What I will say about this Acuna is he did not hit the ball very well for average at .250, which is obviously going to affect his contact. That's why when you're looking at his attributes here, his 94 contact versus righty, 84 contact versus lefties. And then with the OPS and his slugging, that's where the power is just ridiculous. So 125 power versus righty, that max power, 100 power versus lefty, 51 vision. He did strike out quite a bit, so I'm not so keen on the vision here at 51. That's very low. He's not going to have a very big PCI in Hall of Fame and Legend, so that's going to affect him some. He has 125 discipline, which is very good. He walked a lot. He had a .250 average, but was on base over 4 out of 10 at bats with that .406 on base percentage. He has 89 clutch. Looking at his fielding, he has 93 fielding, 99 arm strength, 99 arm accuracy, 93 reaction with 91 speed, 94 stealing, 83 base run aggressiveness. So he's going to be absolutely a beast in the field. He might be one of the best fielding outfielders in the entire game. What I will say is he might be good enough to be a bench bat for sure, because if you have him on the bench, you can use him as a defensive sub. Maybe you could pinch hit for him if you need like a home run in a big situation, because he does have that max power against righties. Also, if you're new to the game, he could just be your starting center fielder. Looking at his quirks real quick, he has hitting machine, bomber, walker, soft hands, quick reflexes, cannon, sniper, speedster, thief, pressure cooker, unbreakable, homebody, day player, first pitch hitter, breaking ball hitter, and situational hitter. So he does have the situational hitter, which will help him get some sac flies. It'll excel his ability to drive in that runner on third with less than 2 outs. The breaking ball means don't hang anything against this guy. If I were you, I would swing at the first pitch if it's in the strike zone, because that will also help him get a hit. And then homebody and day player, those kind of make sense for yourself. The homebody is going to play better at home, and the day player better for day games. Looking at his attributes and the fact that the outfield is absolutely loaded, and Ronnie Boy here is going to end up on your bench, probably not a starter unless you're a newer player. I don't know how many guys are going to put him in the outfield with all the other options that are out there right now. I'm going to give this Acuna 3.5 Chewies. I think he does serve a purpose on most teams, but I don't think he's a starter. I don't even think he's a top 10 outfielder in the game. Dinelson Lamet. The last of these 3 cards is Lamet, the starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres. Obviously another 99 overall. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He has a 5-pitch repertoire that consists of a slider that goes 88 miles an hour, a 4-seam fastball that says it goes 99. We'll see here in a second if he has outlier 1. If he does, it's going to go 102. If not, the pitch can go 100, 101 or so. And then he has a 2-seam fastball that goes 97 miles an hour. It can go up to 99. A changeup that goes 88, and a curveball that goes about 84 miles an hour. What I will say is, based on his pitch repertoire and what he does throw, he reminds me a lot of the Signature Series Nolan Ryan, in the sense of he has about the same pitch repertoire. Not necessarily that he has the same attributes, because his attributes are better than that Ryan, but he does have like the changeup that's a hard throwing changeup, and then a curveball that's just kind of loopy and goes about mid 80s. He doesn't have anything that's like super slow and goes in the 70s or anything like that. He does have a slider, which I think makes him a little bit more effective. The two-seam fastball for this guy is pretty nasty. For the season, he was 3-1 with an ERA of 2.09, an ERA plus of 2.05, a fielding independent pitching or FIP of 2.48, a whip of 0.855. He had 93 strikeouts in 69 innings and a WAR of 2.4. So he actually had a better year than Cole did, surprisingly, and he was just absolutely nasty. That's why his attributes are amazing here. He's 104 stamina, 124 hits per 9, almost max, but not quite. 116 K per 9, 81 base on balls per 9, 92 home run per 9, 125 pitching clutch, 81 control, 99 velocity, 99 break. This dude is an absolute stud. Let's look at his quirks. His quirks are pressure cooker, workhorse, stingy, untouchable, control artist, grounded, cheesy, sinker baller, knee buckler, homebody, night player, and stopper. I don't really like stopper as a quirk. The only reason I don't like it is if you're behind, like he performs better. Like I want a guy that if you have the lead, he performs better. But I understand it. The night player and homebody are definitely nice quirks to have, especially since almost everybody plays at night. So you can get a little bit of boost out of the Lamet here. The grounded, cheesy, sinker baller, knee buckler, all are going to be obviously based off of attributes, but it's good to know that he does have them, especially the knee buckler because he does throw kind of hard. Looking at his attributes and the fact that he does throw very, very hard, other than not having the outlier one, which I wish he would have, but I understand that he doesn't. This card's filthy. I don't think that there should be any question here. His control might be a little bit off, but I think for what you get out of a starting pitcher, that 124 hits per 9 is kind of ridiculous with the Ks per 9, and he does have high home runs per 9 as well. So we're gonna say he gets 5 Chewies. I think he's the best out of the 3 cards. This is definitely a guy that should be in your starting rotation. I think he's a top 5 pitcher in the game, if you had to personally ask me. I know he doesn't have the huge change of speed on the pitches, but he's just a pure power pitcher with great nines, good stamina, and I think he's going to just cause a lot of like weak contact because of his nines being so high. And the fact that he does throw hard on lower difficulties, it's going to give a lot of people trouble. Obviously, in Hall of Fame and Legend, dudes are going to hit him. I mean, those dudes bat 350 to 400. It doesn't matter who's pitching to them, if I'm being honest. I think this guy's 100% a keeper. Make sure you pick him up and put him in your starting rotation. I don't want to have to face him. 5 Chewies. Lamet's the best out of these 3 cards. That's going to wrap up the video on these 3 cards in the rare tier of the finest 2020 pack that you get at the very end of any Team Affinity at 300 fans, or you could have a possibility of getting them at any of those 250 fan packs or any of the conquests you complete. You do get regular 2020 finest packs that you could unlock these cards in. Like I said, you should definitely have Lamet on your team. I think Cole and Acuna are just kind of up to you. I don't think either one of them are in the top tiers of their position. However, Lamet should definitely be in your rotation, as I've stated. I hope this video helps you guys out to kind of determine which guys you should go after and whether or not any of these 3 cards are keepers or just somebody you should throw on the market and collect your stubs. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.